All right, we are live. Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Pulse with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you early enough so that I can actually get off the stream for market open for a change. And we will go ahead and take a look at the markets. And of course, the moment I go live, I have important messages coming in. Just went live. All right, there you go. So let me pull out your live chat and we're going to go straight to the charts. Bitcoin touched 10,000 yesterday, pulled back a little bit. And the big question is, have we short-term topped or not? And that is what we are certainly going to take a look at today. Still in quarantine, waiting for that halving. Waiting for that halving. Let me do this and we are good to go. All right. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to your questions, but I will do my best. Okay. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys know what to do. And here we go. Screen share, and we are right on Bitcoin. I will take a look at Bitcoin again. We're going to do a quick Bitcoin rundown, and then we're going to do a more detailed look at Bitcoin. So right now, here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart hit the Fibonacci line absolutely perfectly. We have hit this Fibonacci line before. We have officially double topped. This is what I consider a double top. We went as high as 10,075, which is close enough to the swing high of 10,500. So for me, this is certainly close enough to be considered a double top. That is a good thing. A double top means that it's going to be broken. I'm a big fan of double tops because it means that we are ultimately going to go higher. I would love to see a beautiful giant head and shoulders or a cup and handle or whatever you prefer. So either way, I am still looking for the elusive pullback. The worst case scenario of a pullback is something that would make an inverse head and shoulders, with this being the head, this being the left shoulder, and this being a giant right shoulder. This is way premature, but since everyone loves to do these head and shoulders unreasonably prematurely, I might as well beat them to it. So if this is a double top, like I am somewhat expecting, we could see, and this would require a substantial pullback. This would require a pullback to at least 7,000. Do I think it's likely or possible? Those are two slightly different words. Do I think it's possible? Yes, absolutely. 100% it is possible. Do I think it's likely is the bigger question. So what do I think is the likelihood of Bitcoin going to the $6,000-7,000 area? And this was a question somebody asked me on Twitter. And I don't understand why people still message me with specific questions. Do you think Bitcoin's going to go to 7? Do you think Bitcoin's going to go to 6? Do you think Bitcoin topped right here? And my reply to them is just watch my last video. I know everybody's lazy, but me replying back to 10 people as to what I think is also useless, because I talk about what I think every day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, right? So all you have to do is pull up my latest video and you get my views on the market. And right now, what is the likelihood? What is the probability of a pullback to the $7,000 vicinity? And I'm going to give that a likelihood of 55 to 60%. I think it is slightly more likely than 50-50 that we will have a pullback to this area. Now, I am also on record saying we're not going to go below 5,000. Now, anything is possible. If you look at my last set of probabilities, which I actually want to go to. All right, I was going to take a quick look at Bitcoin, then talk about the details later. So we're going to get back to that. We're going to get the probabilities later. We're at 500 viewers, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm covering Bitcoin first for a change. Please go to the affiliate page if you want to support. This doesn't cost you anything. Here's my gorgeous Embly card. Always showing it to you guys. And I can't wait to start using it again as I travel around the world. Okay. Of course, the financial summit is coming to Bali first week of November. Understanding Bitcoin coming to Malta first week of October. Let's look at the daily chart. Let's see what happened last night from a closer perspective. That was the 4-hour chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Here's the daily chart. The daily chart is still doing well as far as the stop and reverse points go. The next stop and reverse point is going to be higher. It's going to be inside the 6 candle. We have a 7 candle here. Now, extensive moves on the 6 candle, like you see one right here. The market bottomed on a sequential 6. I would not be surprised if the market has topped on a sequential 6 with the $10,000 round number, even though historically the $10,000 round number has not actually meant much to it. We have continued making 9s. This is 1, 2, 3, and most likely a 4th 9 coming up. At no point in this run-up have we broken a single setup trend line. This one, this one, this one, and there'll probably be one more. Now, where is this 13 coming from? Well, we had a 13 from here. Let me move this. I don't really need this target. The target has been reached. I'll leave the triangle, though. This 13 that you see right here, this is the sequential 13. This 13 came from this 9. There's also a combo count. So now that we have gone up so much, I kind of want to review the counts. And to review the counts, I should probably put my, I'm going to release the sequential soon. I'm going to, this weekend is going to be hard to do work with the halving. But after the halving, I'm going to release the new indicator. I'm going to actually drop this indicator, and I'm going to put up my latest one, which I'm planning to release very, very soon. My scripts, TI testing. That's my latest one. And I need to add this twice. Oh, but then it will be another indicator. Yeah. Ah, crap. Oh, that's rough. You know what? That's okay. I'll add it once. While that's doing its thing, let's take a look at the BitMax funding rate. The BitMax funding rate is it favoring the bulls or is it favoring the bears? Which way are we pointing here? Where's our 0 line? All right, this is the 0 line. We are favoring the bears. The BitMax funding rate has been in favor of the bears for 1, 2, 3, 4 days now. No more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. The BitMax funding rate has been favoring the bulls, but this guy is the difference in, this is like the contango and backwardation, and I forget which way is which. So this guy has been, it's been a mixed signal, but as of today, there's no mixed signal. BitMax is favoring the bears. People are getting overzealous to the upside, and this generally favors the bears. The RSI is still overbought, not yet crossed into the sell territory, but that's coming soon if we drop a little bit. And the MACD is still bullish. All right, is the indicator finally up? It is. Let's go back here. Let's do this. The reason why I wanted to pull up this indicator is I wanted to check where the other, I'm going to do a whole video explaining the features of this because the features of this are vast. So I have to go to all and hit OK. And they're gone. But I have to move this now to another pan. Again, I'm spending way too much time on Bitcoin. Visual, move to new pan above. And right here, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to, I guess that's zoomed in already. I want to see what the okay, so we are on combo 11 with 2 hidden combos in the back. We are on an aggressive 4 because we have completed the aggressive, and we finally completed the sequential today. So there's only one sequential in the back. So we are on an aggressive 5. Sorry, This is the current candle. We are on an aggressive 5. We were on a combo 11 yesterday with 2 more combos in the background. We have completed sequential 13 with 1 more sequential in the background. This is a really neat way to see all of the combos and the countdowns, because there could be hidden countdowns in the back. So like I said, this indicator has a lot of stuff in it. And now we're going to bring it back. You can leave it up there. I can just add another one, but I don't want to clutter my charts. Move to existing pan. And now we're going to change this to sequential or multi-time frame. No, sequential. Okay. So here we are. Here we are on the daily. I don't think this 13 matters all that much. I'm more interested in a double 9 that's coming. Do I think we topped? I'm leaning towards the fact that we've topped. I'm leaning that way. I'm leaning to the fact that we topped. All right, that took an unreasonably long period of time. Would be nice to catch this 9 in the next 3 hours, but that would require a swing to the upside, which is going to be challenging, because if I think we topped at 10K, then we have to swing above that. Is it possible? Yes. The CMF looks beautiful. The RSI just went into the sell condition, and the MACD is still telling you to be long. We have to keep an eye on the S&P 500. The rise in the S&P 500 is what's probably driving all this market. So here's the futures in the S&P 500, and they are doing very well this morning. I was very frustrated yesterday with my Tesla trade, and I'll tell you guys why. We're about to break the setup trend line, which would be kind of bullish. The futures made a high late last night. I was watching that. That was 2 in the morning. I was up pretty late. This is 2 in the morning New York time. And would be nice to see them break out one more time. My portfolio is skewed to the upside, especially long stocks like Uber. Here's the bigger picture. Here's the weekly picture. This is the final day of the week. If this candle can close near the top, I would be bullish going into next week. It's very possible we go right into this def cross. This def cross is going to be a challenge. I can certainly see us going into that def cross, challenging that Fibonacci line one more time. I still think the stock market needs a massive pullback, but right now everything is pointing to the upside. Let's look at gold. I totally missed my gold trade yesterday, and today we're pulling back again. I am still not ready to go in long gold. As long as the market is bouncing to the upside, I think gold will struggle. I think the market needs to turn down, and people will see gold as a safe haven. So I'm still not able to time my gold trade to the upside properly. Taking a look at the BitMax dominance chart. BitMax dominance is on a weekly 9, which has been big trouble. Sorry, daily 9, which has been trouble for Bitcoin in the past. I can certainly see a little pullback in Bitcoin's dominance if Bitcoin has topped right here. But then we are going to go to new highs. I am very confident that this year we will go to new 3-year highs in Bitcoin dominance and then rise then after. All right, we're at 900 viewers, guys. Thank you so much for the like buttons. Thank you for sharing with your friends. Thank you for subscribing. We're going to take a slightly deeper dive into Bitcoin. I want to review a couple of stocks. I have my broker open this time, but I may have to restart it. Either way, I'm going to end before 9:30 in the morning because I screwed up yesterday. And I'm not going to say I screwed up royally, but I definitely screwed up. And I'll show you why I screwed up and how. And this is why you have to be really careful with the markets. Let's talk about my screw up in the Tesla trade, and then we're going to go back to Bitcoin, and maybe I'll grab some of your questions. Let me grab your live stream chat. Tone, look at GBTC. I know. I'm a little disappointed that I'm not currently in GBTC because I took my profit right here. I took my profit on this swing in GBTC. I'm not currently in GBTC. what do you call it? The premium was going through the roof. I should have just left my retirement account in GBTC. But I'm going to wait for my pullback. I'm a patient trader, guys. The older you get, the more patient you get with your trades. And it usually works out. And if I never enter GBTC again, so be it. I have my hodl position. So I'm always hedged. I mean, Bitcoin's tricky. I trade Bitcoin more for fun, not for money. I hodl Bitcoin. It's way more important. So let me show you something on Tesla. So my trade on Tesla, as usual, is unreasonably complicated. It's more complicated than it should be. And this stagnation in Tesla is bad for my trade. I need Tesla to move, but not too much. So yesterday, here's what happened. So the day before yesterday, this is yesterday's candle right here. So yesterday, and we are in a monthly 9, so I am keeping that in mind, of course. So yesterday, or even the day before, no, yesterday. Yesterday, I was looking to take profit from that Tesla trade, and it almost did. And I had my limit sell order put in, not yesterday, sorry, the day before yesterday. And it didn't hit. But I put that sell order as a day order, not as a good till cancel. So there's two types of orders in real stock markets. I don't know about these shitcoin exchanges, but in real stock markets, there is like 100 different types of orders you can set. So, but all those orders could be set as day orders or good till cancel. Day orders pretty much is exactly what it says. They cancel at the end. When market closes, the order, if it doesn't fill, it cancels. So I thought I had set a good till cancel order, but I accidentally set a day order. I missed it. So my order canceled at the end of the day. So going into yesterday's market open, I did not have a limit sell order on my Tesla trade. My Tesla trade is at max profit around $800. And yesterday at the open, here's what Tesla did. I was still with you live streaming past like this area here. So what happened was, while I was still live streaming, I didn't have my broker open. I didn't know that I didn't have my limit sell order on Tesla. 1 second, guys. All right, excuse me. I had to sneeze there for a second. So I didn't realize that my sell order from the day before was a good till cancel. And right before I got off the stream, Tesla went as high as 1796. And that sell limit order would have hit on Tesla right here near the top. But when I got off the stream and opened my account, we were already here. We were like in the 788, 789 range, either still in this candle right near the top at the close, or like right there. But either way, I didn't have the sell limit order. So when I put in the sell limit order at the same area, I needed Tesla to now go back to this high or even exceed it slightly. And it never did. And because it's a short-term options trade, time decay actually kills me every 3 hours. So so while Tesla was a fairly profitable trade at the open right here, when I should have got out, Tesla was a losing trade for me going into end of day. And that was very, very disappointing, all because I screwed up the type of order, the type of sell order, good till cancel versus a day order. So right now, I'm looking at my broker, and Tesla is set to open at 792.44 right now, with still 20 minutes to go in the market. That's still not as high as yesterday. And because I'm an options trader, so 792 is right here. You can say, well, Tone, that's even better than when you got off the stream yesterday. But the problem is time decay. So in order for me to even out the profit that I had yesterday at 796, I would actually need Tesla something around 798, 799 to match the same profit I had at 796. And that is due to time decay and the loss of implied volatility, which I can see dropped from yesterday into today. So this is the challenge with some of this very high-end leveraged options trading, every hour makes a difference, even if the stock doesn't move. Sometimes that hour is in your favor, sometimes that hour is not in your favor. Okay, so we will see how I get out of the Tesla trade today, and I will keep you posted probably over the weekend if anyone cares, which a lot of you probably don't. So let's go back to Bitcoin. We are at 1,000 viewers. Once again, please, guys, use the affiliate page if you want to support without actually donating any money directly to me. Just use the affiliates. And if Bali event is good for you, check out the Financial Summit in Indonesia. It is absolutely incredible. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin. And I wanted to talk about something, but I already forgot what I was going to talk about. It was going to be, oh boy, man. I was going to talk about something, not shitcoins. Let me take a look at your questions. Maybe it'll come back to me. I was getting off on a tangent somewhere, probably on the daily chart. Oh, the probabilities, the probabilities. Let me go to the probabilities. So if I go to my Twitter, let's go to Willie's Twitter. We'll start from there. And I'll go to notifications. All right, every time I go live, there is internet instability. It's like clockwork. Yeah, trading connection reestablished. I lost the trading connection to my broker as well. All right, reestablishing connections. Okay, we're back. Let's go to screen share. All right, here we are. So this is, let me go to my last set of probabilities. So someone liked it the other day, so it's just easier to find it this way. Here it is. So this is the very, I don't know why people are still retweeting this. This is the very first time I sent out my probabilities on May 8, 2018. And these were my probabilities. But I'm going to click on this tweet, and I'm going to find the latest tweet. Nope, that's not the latest. That's the latest. So that's the last one I sent out. Now, if we look at this, I gave it a 5% chance we're going to fall under 5,000. I give it a 25% chance we go over 10,000. Now, I don't consider us over 10,000. Going over 10,000 by $70 for an hour and a half doesn't count. It doesn't count in my book. I mean, you guys, the trolls can say whatever they like. But to me, so far, this is a $10,000 rejection. And if we fall down to 6,000 or 7,000, this is not, this is still accurate. When we say 25% chance go over 10,000, it means in a sustainable way. It means that we go over 10,000 and actually stay there. And that's what this 25% represents. Not a touch of $10,001. That doesn't count, okay? Because there's a 70% chance that I'm giving the market that we stay in this range between 5,000 and 10,000 for the whole year. For the rest of the year, I give it a 70% chance we stay in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. Yes, we can cross 5,000 by a few dollars. We can cross 10,000 by a few dollars, but I give it a 70% chance that we stay in the range. So I don't consider this to be violated. Go over 10,000 in a sustainable way. I'm just limited on characters here. And I'm not expecting a new all-time high this year. I give it a 10% chance. So if you add the 10% and the 25%, you get 35%. So I give it a 35% chance we will go to new all-time high before end of next year. Before end of next year, 35% chance we go to new all-time high. I still believe we go to new all-time high in 2022, not 2021, 2022. And then there is a small percent chance we get delayed even further. And then there is a very tiny probability that Bitcoin never goes to a new all-time high. Now, if I did this for Ethereum, this right here, this 1%, never go to new all-time high, would be something like 80%. I am 80% confident Ethereum is not breaking $1,600. I am 99% confident shitcoins like Dash are not breaking $1,600 either. Okay, that was their highs. The Ripple scam was like $4. I am 99% certain that one ain't going back there either. Okay, so different tokens, Litecoin 300. I don't think Litecoin will do it. I think honestly, I think Ethereum has a higher probability of going to new all-time high and breaking 1,600 than Litecoin does. I think Litecoin is completely useless. But Ethereum could have more hype in it when Ethereum 2.0 launches, and God knows what the hell happens there. Okay, so that's my look at probabilities. Okay, I have some questions. Let me look at those. We have 15 minutes before market opens, and I need to seriously keep an eye on Tesla. Because I need to get out of that trade today. Otherwise, I'm in serious trouble. Okay, let's look at your Q&A. Where was I looking at that? Oh yeah, right here. Okay, here we go. How do I find the BitMEX funding rates on TradingView? Good question. I don't remember. So this one here is called BitMEX funding, and this one here is called BitMEX funding and premium index by Neo Bonatti. So just look them up. So you go here. We go right here and we go to search. We should probably go to, I guess we can just go to search. Oh, here they are. I probably favorited them. So here is one and here's the other. So these are the two that I'm using. I don't know if they're the best ones, but if you just look for them, you see who made them. This one is made by Neo Botani, I don't know. And this one is made by M39. So just do a search for them, right? So you just do BitMEX funding. And here they are. There is like a dozen different types. Some of them are locked. I mean, they're proprietary. Some of them are not. This one seems to have a lot of likes. This one, I'm using this one and this one. I don't know what this one is. Try them out. Look into the code if the code is public and see what the hell it's doing and how it's pulling in the data. Do more research. So check it out. Okay, next question. Wait, did my questions get deleted? Didn't I see more questions here? How can we be bullish of Bitcoin if it's always going to be a slave to the stock market? It's not a slave to the stock market. It's just correlated to the stock market. That doesn't mean that that Bitcoin can't go higher with the stock market. How can you be bullish Tesla? How could you be bullish new technology, right? How could you be bullish Amazon if it's a slave to the stock market? How could you, like, it's a general thing. because the stock market is a representation of global wealth. And the wealthier people are, the more likely they are to purchase Bitcoin. Like, do you tell your completely broke friends that can barely afford McDonald's to buy Bitcoin? You are, but you know they're not going to do it because they don't have any money to buy Bitcoin. So you need money to buy Bitcoin. Even $20 to buy Bitcoin, you need to have an access $20 to buy Bitcoin. If it's a matter of starving and going to McDonald's with your last $3 or buying Bitcoin, you're going to go to McDonald's. It's just, human survival. Bitcoin is not going to feed you, but McDonald's will. Even though it's terrible for you, it'll still keep you alive longer than Bitcoin will keep you alive. So it's not, I wouldn't call it a slave to the stock market. Bitcoin is a representation of capitalism and capital investment, but so is the stock market. The same thing that drives stock market higher drives Bitcoin higher. And the same thing that drives stock market lower drives Bitcoin lower, with some differences. Like if everyone is, and I'm going to quote Mar Armstrong here, if everyone is fat and happy, there's no wars. And if everyone is fat and happy with their financial transactions, there's no need for Bitcoin. So even though the stock market could be falling, there are things that the governments could do to drive people into Bitcoin. But at the same time, there are things that the government could do to drive people out of Bitcoin as well. If they, end money laundering laws, if they end KYC laws, there won't be as much of a need for Bitcoin. If they don't print money so much, there won't be as much of a need for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin does have its own internal mechanics, but when you consider a slave to the stock market, you just have to remember that the human nature of speculation is the same, whether you're investing in gold, Bitcoin, or stocks. Hi, Tone. In your last video, you said there is a lot more people buying Bitcoin these days than in the past. Please explain. A lot are living on savings and lost their jobs these past few months. That's correct. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and that is the negative force. That's the headwind. You have tailwinds and you have headwinds. Headwinds are things that are preventing you from going higher. The biggest headwind that Bitcoin is facing right now is the destruction of capital. The destruction of capital. You losing your job. You scared of the market. You needing to feed your family. That is a major headwind preventing Bitcoin from going to new all-time high. But Bitcoin has lots of tailwinds. At the moment, one of its tailwinds is the hype over the halving. In the near future, a tailwind would be a better stock to flow ratio, because less Bitcoin will be going to miners, which will put less Bitcoin for sale on the market. Also, the crackdown on free movement of capital, money printing. These are all tailwinds. So as long as these tailwinds are stronger than the headwind, the Bitcoin will continue to rise. There's also the speculative nature. And a lot of this upswing are from people that already have Bitcoin. But there are new people coming in. You just have to look at Google Trends. Google Trends by Bitcoin. I like to search for Google Trends by Bitcoin, not Bitcoin. Like if you do a Google Trends for Bitcoin, you get a very high number, and Googling Bitcoin doesn't mean you're actually Googling to buy Bitcoin. So enter a search topic. Buy Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. Funny. Buy Bitcoin. Wow, look at that. It's not even, takes a little while for Google to even identify it. So if you do a Google trend search for buy Bitcoin, you want to keep an eye on that. Interesting. Huh. Did I misspell something? All right. Here it is by states. Delaware, for some reason, is ranking highest. Hawaii is second. California is third. California makes sense. Right. So if you go further out, if you go to 5 years out, there it is. So you want this number to be here. This is what you want. You want the May numbers. I don't know what the hell happened in May of 2017, but when Bitcoin starts to approach these May numbers, then we have something serious. Let's go back and look at May. What happened back in May? May of 2017. We're on our weekly chart. I have a feeling that's when we broke all-time high. February 2017, May, boom, right there. I was right. May 2017, we broke to new all-time highs. And look what happened to buy Bitcoin. This is what you want to see. Now, do we need to break new all-time highs for this? Probably not. I think it would come earlier. I think if Bitcoin is breaking 14,000, we're going to get this again. I don't think we need to break new all-time highs this time. I think we need to just break out above 10,000. But I don't think we're going to break out above 10,000 now. We'll probably break out above 10,000 maybe next year, maybe later this year. I'm not expecting it now. But this is what you want to see. Right now, you're probably like here. This is January 2017. It feels like this is the current pump. It was on a 6, and right now we are higher. We're on a 9, and we were on a 10 earlier. And right here, this is back in June. Yeah, see, last time we approached 14,000, we hit 11. We're back at 11 here in March, and in March we crashed. So people were looking to buy Bitcoin on the crash. So I think if we start approaching 12, 13,000, we're going to break 11 again. And the next time we approach 14,000, we're going to hit one of these things. Now, this is the ultimate FOMO. Yeah, I want to see global. I don't want to see local. Last time I saw global. Why can't I get the global version of this? This is weird. It's like, oh, United States. That's why I don't want United States. I want global, worldwide. Let's see worldwide. I think Bitcoin, oh, worldwide, we have different numbers. We have slightly, I see it. It's slightly different. The curve is slightly different. Global numbers are slightly different. Nigeria is still coming in ranked highest. It looks like, I don't even know what this is. Where is that? I'm not that silly with geography. Yeah, that's Ghana. I know where Ghana is. It's got to be an island. Where is that? I'm sorry, I go off on these tangents. Like, I'm supposed to know geography fairly well. I might have to Google that later. Australia makes sense. Look, US isn't even ranking highest. I think it's probably, it's not by cumulative numbers. It's probably by percentage of population. I mean, South Africa is coming in high, Canada, UAE, New Zealand, Ireland. Like, where's US? US, UK. So I'm not, I should probably read how they include low search volume regions. I got to see how they're doing this. This is really curious. Like, Google Trends are really interesting. And so you want to check this out. You want to keep an eye on that. And right now it's good, but it's not great. Okay, I have to get to trading. I have 2 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. I have to get going. Please pull up the 12-hour chart. Sorry, can't do it. Trend line just broke. That's great. Thoughts on Paul Tudor Jones comments? Paul Tudor Jones comments were excellent. Don't have time to discuss them today. Please Google Paul Tudor Jones comments. I need to go trade because I have a serious Tesla exit I need to do. That's it for me, guys. Please like, please subscribe, please support with the affiliate page. And I may or may not see you later today, but I will see you over the weekend. We will see. And don't forget the big all-day show on Monday. We're going to do a massive halving show. I should probably start inviting people, but I'm sure they will come. Jimmy Song will definitely be there. So is Giacomo. Safe said he'll stop by. I'll try to get some traders. It'll be fun. I'll stream with you all day. The halving clock, I didn't even look at it this time, but it will be Monday. I'm not even sure what time, but I'll keep you posted. All right. Gotta go. Bye, guys.